Hello, my name is Amanda Fursted, the Mental Health Promotion Program Coordinator with Vandal Health Education. Today, we're going to talk about stress and go through some strategies for managing it. First, we're going to take our stress temperature. On your worksheet, you will see a thermometer. Mark an X where you think your current level of stress is. Feel free to pause this video if you need a moment to do this. As we will talk about today, it is important to check in with ourselves about our stress. Now, let's assess your stress. On your worksheet, you will see a box where you can make tick marks. I am going to read some statements, and if they apply to you, then place a tick mark in the box. First, put 3 tick marks for the stress of current events. If in the last week you had an assignment due for class, add a tick mark for each assignment. If in the last week you had an exam, add a tick mark for each exam. If you had a Zoom meeting or lecture this week, add a tick mark for each. If you had a presentation in the last 2 weeks, add a tick mark for each presentation. If you have worked at a job this week, add a tick mark. If in the last month you have thought about the cost of school, loans, textbooks, living expenses, etc., add 2 tick marks. If you have paid a bill this month, add a tick mark. If in the last week you have had a disagreement with a friend, family member, or someone else, add a tick mark. If you have dealt with drama or tension within your group of friends in the last week, add a tick mark. If this week you have gotten less than 7 hours of sleep, add a tick mark for each night you got less than 7 hours. If you have changed what you eat in the past month, add a tick mark. If you have been sick in the past month, add 2 tick marks. If you belong to a club or student organization, add a tick mark. Now, count up the tick marks that are on your sheet. Imagine that you have a balloon, and for every tick mark, more air is put into the balloon. This can help us to visually represent our stress. At different times during the week, month, and year, our balloons might be different sizes, but there will always be some air in them. So we can't escape stress, but we can prepare for it and learn how to manage it when we are feeling that stress. What is stress? Pause the video and write down what you think stress is on your worksheet. Stress is an emotional and physical response to demanding situations. Stress includes symptoms of worry, feeling overwhelmed, changes in heart and breathing rate, upset stomach, headaches, muscle aches, procrastination, and sleep difficulties. But is all stress bad? No, not all stress is bad. There are 2 kinds of stress, eustress and distress. We can think of stress as a curve, like the one you see here. Just like you can be overwhelmed, you can actually have too little stress too. If you look at the curve, on the left side in the medium blue labeled optimum stress is eustress, moderate stress, or also known as positive stress. This type of stress motivates us, focuses our energy, is short-term, and is perceived to be within our coping abilities. It feels exciting and actually helps to increase performance. Think about some examples of eustress for you. Maybe it's a sporting event, playing a challenging video game, watching a scary movie if you like them, riding a roller coaster, starting a new job, completing a project at school, or winning a race. What we traditionally think about as stress is classified as distress. This stress can be acute or chronic. It can cause anxiety, concern, it feels unpleasant, and decreases our performance. Think about some examples of distress for you. Maybe it's an injury or illness that makes it difficult to do day-to-day activities, or perhaps it's a loss of relationship, having many assignments or projects for school all at once, sleep problems, or feeling like you have to have it all figured out. Now that we know a little more about stress, let's talk about how to recognize it and come up with a plan to reduce it. We are going to go to our worksheet and follow the stress management plan for the duration of the workshop before we get into some practice. We will go through 4 steps: recognizing the signs, identifying the sources, manage controllable stressors, and let go of what we can't control. This will help us to know what to do when we are feeling stressed and pick the right strategy for us in that situation. As we go through the plan, pause this video as needed to complete the activities. In order to come up with a plan for our stress, we need to know how to recognize it. Let's look at Gingy the gingerbread man on our worksheet. Circle on Gingy where you can feel stress in your body. Where did you circle? We might recognize stress in our bodies as headaches, muscle tension or pain, chest tightness, fatigue, stomach upset, or sleep problems. Stress can also affect our mood. Think about your mood when you're stressed and write down what that's like on the table on the top right. How does stress impact your mood? You might experience anxiety, restlessness, lack of motivation or focus, irritability or anger, or sadness. Stress can also influence what we do. What is a behavior that you do when you're stressed? Write that underneath the box for your mood. What might you notice? Maybe it's overeating or undereating, angry outbursts or frustration, drug or alcohol use, tobacco use, or social withdrawal. Once we recognize that stress, it is important to be able to identify the sources of stress. Think about what some sources of stress might be in general. Stress might fall into the following categories. The first category is academics. Tests, papers, professors, and deadlines might add to your stress. The second is relationships. Family, friends, and expectations they have for us or we have for ourselves might also be a source of stress. The third is commitments. Activities, extracurriculars, events, volunteering, or virtual plans might cause stress. The fourth is financial. Loans, books, jobs, the changes we're facing right now might be really tough for us and our families. The last is health. Diagnoses, general health concerns, pressure to adhere towards certain health plans, concern about how one looks, and general anxiety surrounding current events might be particularly stressful right now. Taking all of these stressors into consideration, write down your top 3 sources of stress in Section 2 of the Stress Management Plan. Now that we have recognized that we are feeling stressed from the source of stress we have identified, let's talk about some strategies that we can use to reduce controllable stress. There are blanks to fill in Section 3 of your worksheet for the various strategies. The first strategy that we're going to talk about is something that has been proven to lower our heart rate and help us to physically relax. It is also something that you can do during a stressful situation that no one even needs to know you're doing. It is called 4-7-8 breathing. 4-7-8 breathing is where you inhale for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 7 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. Let's try it together. Follow along with the GIF to regulate your breathing. Another method you can use to reduce stress is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding. In this method, you acknowledge 5 things you can see around you, 4 things you can touch around you, 3 things you hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. You can use this method when you are feeling particularly overwhelmed and need to get your focus onto something else. You can also use a mantra to help focus on the positive. Repeating a mantra can be helpful when you're feeling overwhelmed. A mantra is a word or phrase that you repeat to yourself. You can do this aloud or just in your head. Examples are calm. I choose to feel at peace. I am relaxed. Or whatever word or phrase is helpful for you. Write a mantra or two you would like to try on your worksheet. Practicing gratitude has been shown to help reduce stress and increase our outlook on life. Take a moment to fill in one thing that you are grateful for today. It can be something big that's happened, sure, but it doesn't have to be. It can be that you are grateful for the weather, or for what you had for lunch, or that you have a nice view out your window, for coffee, friends, or family. When you practice gratitude on your own, you can keep a journal, or you can just take a moment to stop and think about what you're grateful for each day. Time management can be difficult while we are adjusting to a new routine. Having a planner and writing everything down, homework, tests, virtual appointments and meetings, time to get ready in the morning, everything, and using it every day can be a big help. You can also block out time to work on projects, engage in self-care, and spend time with friends. You can also set reminders to keep you on track, and know that it's okay to set boundaries on when you will answer emails each day. Connection is also a great way to manage stress and prevent feeling isolated during tough times. Consider joining a club or student group or volunteering, and find creative ways to stay involved even if you can't be there in person. Support systems can be very effective, but you need to be careful with who you select to be a part of your support system. Support systems need to include someone reliable, respectful, and who encourages healthy behaviors. That doesn't mean that you have to cut people out of your life if you don't want to, but maybe that person is someone you go to for a particular thing, and you find support in someone else for other things. We all enjoy different ways of being active. Maybe that's a walk outside, an online exercise class that you follow along with, or just finding ways to be active throughout the day. Check out uidaho.edu/staywell to find resources or even chat with a trainer virtually to ask questions. Yoga, progressive muscle relaxation, deep breathing, and meditation can also be a part of this routine. Things like mindfulness and meditation can help us set aside time for ourselves and practice breathing and gratitude. Yoga includes meditation, decreases heart rate, lowers blood pressure, and provides something for us to focus on. It's also very quiet and peaceful. Progressive muscle relaxation is a technique in which you learn to monitor and control muscle tension, and we'll actually be practicing this later on today. There are also additional spaces on the plan worksheet for you to fill in 2 more strategies you'd like to try. That way, the next time you're stressed and want something new to try, you have your ideas ready. We can't control all sources of stress. We might not be able to go places that we want to. Offices we need to visit can close, and someone we need to call to get something done can be unavailable. We can work on recognizing that we can't control the source of stress so that we can manage how we respond to it. In section 4 of your worksheet, you'll see the sentence, I recognize that not all stress is within my control. I will ask, can I control this? This may seem obvious, but when we are feeling stress, this is a great place to start, and sometimes this can help us to rethink the situation. Reframe my perspective. Ask, will this be a big deal in terms of your week, month, or year? Something that seems huge might not have the impact it seems like it does in the moment. This isn't to say that significant situations fall into this category, but it recognizes the situations that don't have significant impact and can help us gain perspective. Check in with my narrative. Sometimes the story we tell ourselves can impact how we react. Let's say it's been a rough morning. Your alarm went off late, you spilled coffee on your favorite shirt, you have an exam that you're rushing out the door to get to, and you're cutting it close on time, and then you get stuck in traffic. You can tell yourself that this has been the worst morning ever, and this traffic is the last thing you needed, or you can tell yourself that you had some bumps this morning, but this traffic is an opportunity to practice some mindfulness with your eyes open so you can see the road, of course, or listen to your favorite podcast or music, or call that friend you've been meaning to while doing it safely. Accepting the stress you can't control can be challenging, but can really help us to manage stress. We are going to end our time today with a chance to practice progressive muscle relaxation. This is just one example of a stress management strategy that you may try, and we encourage you to try other strategies as well. This particular practice was developed by Harold Cohen, PhD. Let's get started. Begin by finding a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down in a location where you feel comfortable. Close your eyes or look downward. We will be keeping our eyes shut or our gaze downward for the duration of this practice. Allow your attention to focus only on your body. If you begin to notice your mind wandering, it's perfectly okay. Accept that your mind will wander during this exercise. Just bring it back to the muscles you're working on when you realize you're thinking about something other than this exercise. Take a deep breath through your abdomen. Hold and exhale slowly. As you breathe, notice your stomach rising and your lungs filling with air. Take your time and notice your breathing. As you exhale, imagine the tension in your body being released and flowing out of your body. And again, inhale and exhale. Feel your body already relaxing. As you go through each step, remember to keep breathing normally. Try not to hold your breath. Now, tighten the muscles in your forehead by raising your eyebrows as high as you can. Hold and abruptly release, feeling that tension fall away. Now, smile widely, feeling your mouth and cheeks tense. Hold and release, appreciating the softness in your face. Next, tighten your eye muscles by squinting your eyelids tightly shut. Hold and release. Gently pull your head back as if to look at the ceiling. Hold and release, feeling the tension melting away. Now feel the weight of your relaxed head and neck sink. Breathe in and breathe out. Let go of all the stress. Breathe in and breathe out. Now tightly, but without straining, clench your right fist. Hold and release. Now feel the tension in your right forearm and hand. Feel the tension build. You may even visualize that set of muscles tightening. Hold and release, enjoying that feeling of limpness. Breathe in and breathe out. Now feel the tension in your entire right arm. Feel the tension build as you tense your entire arm. Hold and release. Now lift your shoulders up as if they could touch your ears. Hold and quickly release, feeling their heaviness. Let go of all the stress. Breathe in and breathe out. Now tightly, but without straining, clench your left fist. Hold and release. Now feel the tension in your left forearm and hand. Feel the tension build. You may even visualize that set of muscles tightening. Hold and release, enjoying that feeling of limpness. Breathe in and breathe out. Now feel the tension in your entire left arm. Feel the tension build as you intense your entire arm. Hold and release. Now lift your shoulders up as if they could touch your ears. Hold and quickly release, feeling their heaviness. Tense your upper back by pulling your shoulders back, trying to make your shoulder blades touch. Hold and release. Tighten your chest by taking a deep breath in. Hold and exhale, blowing out all of the tension. Now tighten the muscles in your stomach by sucking inward. Hold and release. Gently arch your lower back. Hold and relax. Feel the limpness in your upper body as you let go of the tension and stress. Hold and relax. Feel the tension in your entire right leg and thigh. Feel the tension build as you tense your entire right leg. Hold and relax. Feel the tension melting away from your leg. Now flex your entire right foot, pulling your toes towards you and feeling the tension in your calves. Hold and relax, feeling the weight of your legs sinking down. Feel the tension in your entire left leg and thigh. Feel the tension build as you tense your entire left leg. Hold and relax. Feel the tension melting away from your leg. Now flex your left foot, pulling your toes towards you and feeling the tension in your calves. Hold and relax, feeling the weight of both of your legs sinking down. Curl your toes under, tensing your feet. Hold and release. Now imagine a wave of relaxation slowly spreading through your body, beginning at your head and going all the way down to your feet. Each wave feels warm and comforting. Your body is completely relaxed. Feel the weight of your relaxed body. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe, notice your stomach rising and your lungs filling with air. Take your time and notice your breathing. As you exhale, imagine the tension in your body being released and flowing out of your body. And again, inhale and exhale. Feel your body fully relaxed now. You are done and feeling completely relaxed. As you are ready, bring your attention back into your body. Move your toes and fingers. Move your head slowly from side to side. Open your eyes as you are ready. We are going to take our stress temperature one more time. Mark on your page where your stress level is now. Has it changed? Again, today we practiced just one practice in stress management. You can find many guided practices, apps for meditation, and other strategies online, including things like Headspace, free resources from Calm, Mindfulness Minis podcast, or other options on YouTube. There are also resources on campus to support you. The Counseling and Testing Center is available to support you via Zoom and through the 24/7 helpline. Call 208-885-6716 to get connected. Thank you for joining us today, and stay well.